Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Welcome to what I expect to be the finale of Dungeons & Dragons Tower of Doom. Just gotta fight a whole bunch of hellhounds and some gnolls, and this is where, like I said, these guys get a little bit annoying. Although they're not as bad when you're playing the fighter. I typically play the elf or the cleric, and they don't have the highest damage capacity, so... And there's just so many of them, and if you recall, the first one I fought there, the flame only went like barely on, a little bit ahead of them. Now it goes like half the screen, or the full screen. So these things just become, that's the one I was looking at, so I don't know why they switch back and forth. If it was just the smaller flame, it wouldn't be so annoying. Oh, and the bow seems to go over them, or my aim is just that bad. I'm not willing to rule any of that out, just to see if I can get these guys taken out. I almost want to say that one more drops down, but I'm not quite sure if that's the case. I guess I'll find out here in a second, maybe. Ugh, how did that not kill it? Yep, there it is, one more. And when the music gets dramatic like that, it basically signifies that you are in sort of like an arena setting, so you can't just walk off and, say the heck with it. Which is what I'd love to do. Alright, running. Alright, what do we have here? Alright, just some kobolds. So, like I said, the variety of enemies isn't the greatest. Fighting kobolds as a 13th level character, not the greatest. May as well get rid of this ring of fireball. Just to get that out of there, because really it's not gonna do a whole lot later in the game. Debating on whether I want to go in those rooms or not. Well, I can at least go in this one. Alright, and fight another super healthy scorpion. Alright, healing potion, which I didn't really need, I don't think. Oh, that was the wrong one. Let's pull this one, see what happens. Okay. That opened something, but I don't think I can get back to that, so I think I was supposed to go through the door first, but that's okay. Let's just move on. My purple armor. It's actually another one of the kind of interesting things that I like about this, is that lighting actually plays a role, so your characters and the monsters will look different. Will look different. Let's just take a moment. But they'll look different depending on like the ambient lighting, which is just kind of a neat thing for an arcade game, or a game in general. Especially back in like the early '90s, it just wasn't commonplace to really think about that sort of stuff. Have a magic missile. And can I? No. Okay. So, like I said, you get kind of forced into fighting a few things. These hellhounds get super annoying. So there's probably going to be, like I said, a few scenarios or situations where if I can run past enemies, then that's basically what I'm going to end up doing. And it just wouldn't be so bad, but they just keep throwing them at you. Which, again, arcade game, so... annoying enemies that can attack you from halfway across the screen, which also immobilize you so other things can get hits on you. is just a way that, you know, they could get some quarters or tokens or whatever they decide to use. Get some waggling. Again, if I were playing the cleric, it might not be as bad because I could just turn undead. The thing with the cleric, though, is that the turn undead is awesome, but it's slow. It's a very slow animation. So a lot of times, yeah, that's fine. A lot of times you just end up not being able to pull it off because you get attacked. So, dear Lord, how many of these things am I expected to go up against? But you can usually find like an opposite corner from where they are in order to pull it off. But it still takes a while, so it's kind of a gamble as to whether or not it's going to work or not. And I said or not twice in that sentence, so that's really, really great. Showing off my speaking skills. Alright, more skeletons. I'm just gonna grab this ring, I think, because that's all that I need. I'm just gonna leave. And oh. Oh. Fire? Oh. Alright, that actually worked better than I was expecting. I honestly can't remember if I used oil on a skeleton before or not, but there we go. Oh, so many. Now, one thing, you got to be careful when throwing flasks of oil because you can step in it yourself, and you don't want to do that. Hey, look, one of them gave me one back. Alright, let's just see. So the gnolls with axes aren't as bad. I mean, they kind of do that thing where they run across the room, but they're not as bad as the archers, which are always constantly backing off from you. So let's just get rid of that one. That should be it. I'm not too worried about that silver now. And that music may sound familiar, because we are going to fight the Not Drow again. So delighted you can join us. This time I'll waste no time. Wow. Ugh. At least invisibility works the way. God, this is terrible. Like I said, I normally play a spellcaster, like the elf, which is basically like the basic D&D elf was kind of like a. I don't think I can get out of this. Oh. See if that. Nope. Okay. Magic missile. Oh, of course it comes all the way back to just not cooperate at all. I think, I want to say that this guy will also bugger off after a certain period of time. I also kind of think he runs out of spells, like he only has so many of them that he can cast, but alright, let's just go through this door if I can, which, nope. Alright, I was hoping I could go through this door and see if there's anything in there. Wow. I'm getting really tired of that one. Like I said, I don't think I can break out of that one. I think I have to get hit to... Ugh. He sucks. Oh, what a shame. Such strength, such courage, such stupidity. Yep. Well, intelligence is probably my stump stat. Just get hit with the bow. Ugh. Yeah, I want to say he's pretty much out of spells now. Or not. Ugh, I apologize. This fight just kind of sucks. Like I said, I normally play the elf, and the elf is immune to sleep for starters. But she can also cast spells, so I can, like, magic missile, um, like the. She's. I'm drawing a blank here with some of the other spells she gets. I think Blizzard or Ice Storm is one of the spells that she gets. Fireballs, lightning bolts. But just about got him here, so. There we go. Get wrecked. I'm going to take your Gauntlets of Ogre Power, and I'm going to take all your gold, and your silver, and your earring. Nope, nothing there. I think we're pretty near the end of things here. Just some traps. Yep, that is the evil-looking door for the end boss. It's like, so, I was right. You curs believe your pitiful powers are enough to overcome me. I, Deimos Supreme, that is so fast. The only reason you've gotten this far is that I may personally watch your last agonizing moments of life. My minions will crush you, and when you fall to them, the Freelands will fall with you. That's actually a really cool looking lich. He's got his little glowy orb. Dissolve. Alright, so the mud golems. These things kind of suck too. Mainly because... Actually, the fighter does pretty good against them. I don't play the fighter that often. He does way more damage than the elf. But then you get, like, they'll kind of dissolve into the ground and they just try to, like, cop a feel. Which really inappropriate. This is before the SRB, so sexual groping was not something that was considered. Ugh. No, I think they're both doing it. So, just gotta play the waiting game for one of them to actually come back up. So, got one. So yeah, this guy does so much more damage. If I were doing this with the elf, it would take probably twice as long. Alright, I defeated your mud golems. What now? Alright, raising his glass with nothing in it. Well done, knaves. You handle yourself well against my weak, inept minions. With your defeat, nothing will stop me. I'll drink a toast to my future victories over your broken bodies. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so the thing about this guy is he is immune to magic. So, being the fighter, that's not such a big deal. But, he still kind of sucks to fight. He flies away from you. And like I said, I typically play the elf whose strength comes in, casting spells. And this guy's got a lot of... this guy's got a ton of fire spells. Most of which cause you to have to waggle. Which is really annoying. I think he runs out of spells too. If I'm correct. Like, I think towards the end of towards the end of the fight, he just kind of gives up. Oh god, okay, I really should try to take these out. I didn't realize that he would just summon. I thought it was always like 2 that would be on screen. I didn't think he'd summon another one. And that was Mirror Image, which again works like Mirror Image does, except you can still kind of tell which one's the real one. Oh, so painful. All right, let's get this. Get this ghoul out of the way. All right. It's funny. Normally, he casts a lot more of his like Ring of Fire spells when I'm playing the elf. He's only done that a couple times, I think. So that's not so bad. Because that one usually, like that, that's the one. Only because it's super annoying. And again, you would think you might be able to attack them while he's doing his spellcasting animation, but it doesn't let you. I mean, if you get to him before he really gets into it, it's fine, but when that skull starts flashing, he's basically, from what I can tell, invulnerable. But I do have a hammer, which missed. So I don't have a hammer. I didn't replenish my hammers, crap. Some of the equipment you'll get back when you die, like the spellcaster, playing it this way, the main thing you want to do is just die when you cast all your spells, so you get them back. If you're playing in the actual, arcade version where you're spending money to play, then you want to try to ration things out a little bit. Huh. Oh. Don't know why I even bothered with that, but... Oh, got him. Alright, almost there. Just a few more hits. Yeah, see, like I said, you just can't hit him once that skull starts flashing up. But I think I've really only got a couple more hits to get on him, so I'm probably only going to die about 2-3 more times. Hopefully not at all. There we go. No, 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 this is impossible. I am destined to conquer. I am destined conqueror? I didn't get to actually see what it said there. But now he's just gonna wave away. Take that. Alright, and in dramatic fashion, killing the Lich also destroys the tower. So we gotta get out of here. The tower is collapsing. As it slowly slides down. Wait, look at the throne. That's a teleport crystal. I can't do girl voices, by the way. Wow, that is a look. Then we must get it. That was not a flattering picture of the fighter at all. And that is flashing really brightly. I apologize for that. And we escape. As the mountain just fades out of view while we all look on triumphantly. That's a sassy stance for the elf as well. Just kind of got her hand on her hip. And that's it. So that was Dungeons & Dragons Tower of Doom. Like I said, this was originally an arcade game. It was ported to like the Sega Saturn, I think. I want to say PlayStation. I'm not entirely sure on that. But this game was just awesome. I loved it so much. I had no issue grabbing a roll of quarters and going to a movie theater for the sole purpose of playing this game. Just such a great game. And there was a sequel. The sequel is called Shadows over Mystara. So I might end up doing that one as well before the summer's over. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I know it's different from what I normally do, and it's not the most high-tech Let's Play ever, because like I said, I don't have that equipment. But I think it's kind of fun, and there's a few other games I'd like to try. And mainly, with those games, I'm not going to play like, 40-hour RPGs or anything like that. They're going to be relatively quick games. But like I said, it's just something I'd like to try out, something that I enjoy. And again, it's just something that's kind of easy when I'm not going to be easily able to make videos for a little bit. So again, thank you guys very much to show off some of the things I picked up here. Or this is all the treasures I found throughout the game. I'm still waiting for that scroll to cure serious wounds. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.